Fly Eats Kitchen. I'm Jessica, your host, and today we're making some white cheese pizza with a little fly spin to it. Make sure that you guys like, share, subscribe, comment. I'm giving you all the rules today. Make sure that you press that notification button so that you can get more of these fly recipes. I know you guys are wondering what's gonna make this pizza so fly. Well, we're gonna make it stuffed crust. I know you like that. Because I like that too. It's gonna be super easy, and we actually have really simple ingredients, really simple toppings, just some sliced tomatoes, and we have some onions that I'm gonna caramelize. And instead of a traditional tomato base, we're gonna actually like spice it up a little bit and have a little garlic pesto base. So let's get started. Grab your pre-rolled pizza dough from the grocery store and let's get ready to stuff it with cheese. I know you're probably thinking, is that string cheese? Yup, yup, it is. Okay, so like I said, this recipe is super easy, y'all, so don't make it complicated. You're gonna grab some string cheese of your liking. This is just mozzarella. Cut it in half and then make a nice, beautiful circle on that dough, maybe 2 inches from the edge of the dough, just so that we can go ahead and overlap that string cheese. Using an egg wash is an important part of this recipe because it's basically going to ensure that your string cheese doesn't spill all out and it doesn't become stuffed crust. It just becomes extra cheese on a pizza, which we like, but you know, obviously this is a stuffed crust recipe. And so basically what you're going to do is use that egg wash to just fold over the dough, over the string cheese, and then make sure that you seal it at the end so that once it's baking and that dough starts to rise, it doesn't open up and let your string cheese kind of spill out. You know, it's okay if some of them kind of open up a little bit, but the whole purpose, like I said, is to make it stuffed crust, so it's a nice surprise once you bite into that crust, rather than just being able to just kind of see it all kind of spill out. So you just go around in a full circle, use that egg wash to seal, just kind of tuck in any holes or any opening areas that might be there, and then you'll be ready for your toppings. Look how good that looks. And it's not even done, not even halfway done yet. So now what we're gonna do is get ready to make our garlicky pesto sauce that we can put this on our pizza and get ready with all the cheese and all the toppings. Who's ready for pesto sauce? Okay, so on a medium-high pan, you're gonna drizzle some olive oil or whatever oil that you have, of course. And what we're going to do is, actually, this is kind of a little too high. So we're gonna add some chopped garlic and then some sweet onions. All of that up in there. Okay. Next, I'm gonna just mix that up in the pan. Let it cook for just a few minutes, you know, let the onions get really tender. You don't want to burn the garlic. You want to make sure that it's just like fragrant. You know, you're going to start smelling it, and that's how you're going to know that like it's almost there. It's almost ready for the next step. Next, we're going to add some pesto. This is regular basil pesto. We're going to add to our mixture of onions and garlic. I use a fork to kind of spoon it in. I know that sounds very contradictory, but just because most of the time these basil sauces are already in a lot of oil, and I just don't like an additional like oily base, you know. You want it to taste good, but you don't want it to feel like really heavy and greasy. You still want to feel like, I don't know, semi-healthy while you're eating this pizza. Or at least you can pretend you are. So just mixing that basil in with the onions and the garlic, like I said. You can add as much or as little as you like. And that's it. That's really all you have to do. Now we're going to go ahead and place it on our pizza dough and put all the additional toppings. Now that we're done with that super simple sauce, it's time to top it on our crust. The onions are like perfectly sauteed with that pesto. And yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to tell y'all, to be real, because it just smells so good. I wish you can smell it, but you will when you make this recipe. So you're just going to make sure you evenly spread it out and have the onions and the pesto just like all over. make sure at this time, because you know we're going to be putting it in the oven soon, that if you see any of your crust kind of rolling up, that you kind of tuck that in and under, so that, like I said earlier, your cheese doesn't like totally bust through. I mean, it's cute, but you know, it's stuffed crust. It's not like, I don't know, let me see your crust type of vibe. So now that that's fully on here, we're gonna add our cheeses. I made it really simple. I have like the Italian blend that has Asiago, Romano, Parmesan, mozzarella, all the good white cheeses that we love. You're gonna just sprinkle as much as your heart desire on top of this. Obviously, the cheesier the better. Just want to have it like fully coated. So don't be shy with, basically using the whole package if you really wanted to. So we're gonna go ahead and pour that all out. It's like the cheese storm. You just want to make sure it's like fully spread all across the pizza. So yummy. And for a little extra, I'm gonna actually add like a dollop of, or a couple dollops of ricotta cheese as well. I never was really a big fan of ricotta cheese, to be real. I don't know, maybe I just had it the wrong way or someone cooked it kind of whack. But the first time I had it done well, I was like, oh, okay, now I see the real potential. So if you're not a ricotta fan, try it in this recipe and you might be, a little convert like me. So I'm gonna go ahead and add the fresh sliced tomatoes. And that's really just, I don't know, I think it's really pretty on pizza. I think it's just like a really nice touch. And also for those who are missing that tomato base and that traditional taste of just tomato on their pizza, you can just have a little bit of that from the topping, okay? So you put that, and like I said, here's the ricotta, however the Italians say it. And I'm gonna do a cute little dollop on just kind of like bordering inward from the tomatoes. Kind of push it down some. And then we're gonna go ahead and bake this in the oven. Hopefully you've already preheated your oven. I guess you wouldn't have known unless I told you. So make sure you have preheated your oven at 450 degrees. And it really doesn't take too long to do. So you're gonna preheat that oven, place this baby in there. That's pretty much almost like a broil setting. So don't walk away too far because you don't want your pizza to, burn. And we want to make sure all that cheese is like gooey and good and, ready for us to really like indulge in. So we're gonna go ahead and put this baby in the oven and I'll see you when it's time to eat. Our pizza is ready. Oh my gosh, y'all, it is like ooey gooey and nice and crisp from the oven. What we're gonna do now, be a little extra, well, I don't even say extra, we're just gonna make it extra fly. I'm gonna add a little black truffle oil, like literally a tiny bit. Just put a little on the capful. Here's all that thing. I was trying to look for my pizza cutter, but I couldn't find it. So we're gonna go like horror movie style and just use our knife to go ahead and cut this. Cut a nice slice. The ricotta like melted so nicely. It just gives like an extra touch to it. All of the cheese, the pesto. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I just cut myself a really big slice. It's still hot, y'all, so this is like greediness 101, and it's very cheesy. So since it's stuffed crust, what we're gonna do is this way, this way. Oh my god. The crust alone is banging. I could just literally roll up pizza dough and string cheese all day. So let's get this rest of it. Yeah. Very messy, but it's worth it. The pesto and the garlic, it's not so strong where you're like, oh, it's too much. It's literally just combined so perfectly with all the cheese and the fresh tomato. The temperature of us putting it at 450 really gives it a nice crisp. And like I said, if you make sure that you really watch it and not let it burn, you'll have the perfect texture of your pizza. I'm gonna finish eating this. I hope you guys get to this recipe as soon as possible. Make sure that you share this video, like, subscribe, and comment below. Hit that notification button so you can get more of this gooey gooiness. And I'll see you on the next episode of Fly Eats Kitchen.